Desires of a Full Moon, Rise of the Arkansas Werewolves, Volume 3. Written by Jodi Vaughn. Performed by Jeffrey Kafer. Chapter 1. Just outside of Little Rock, Arkansas. Present day. Penises are like shoes. They come in all shapes and sizes. When you find the right one, no matter how hard you try, you will never wear it out. Jayden Parker stumbled to a halt as the unmistakable sound of Granny's voice drifted in from the other side of the living room door. He closed his eyes, fought back a shiver, and whispered a silent prayer that Granny wasn't actually talking to someone. Please let her be reading Cosmo out loud. The magazine was like her morning devotional. She had this bad habit of sharing the sage advice she found in the magazine with him whenever he came over for breakfast. When she'd read the article about oral sex, Jayden had almost tossed his eggs and bacon on the tile floor. He scrubbed his hand over his face as his gut twisted in anticipation. He shouldn't have come. He should have created another excuse for why he wasn't visiting her as much as he once did. He tried to play it off by telling her he was busy with his new job as a guardian for the Arkansas Werewolves. He'd always say he was on some new mission or some other bullshit answer to keep her from complaining so much. Usually she bought it. But now not so much. Jayden opened his eyes and steadied himself. Before he could change his mind and escape out the door, he sucked in a breath and turned the corner, forcing his feet to carry him into the living room. The scent of cinnamon and sugar hung heavy in the air. Maybe Granny had baked his favorite cookies in an attempt to bribe him into visiting more often. The second he stepped into the living room, he froze. About 20 women of all ages were crowded into Granny's tiny living room. Some were perched on the couch and chairs, while others sat on the floor. There wasn't even enough room for him to walk through to get to the kitchen. Granny stood at the front of the room like a gray-haired Vanna White, holding a neon-green dildo in her hand. "I'm in hell," Jayden murmured under his breath as his stomach turned. When Granny had started selling sex toys in Louisiana as a way to make some extra income, he'd tried his best to talk her out of it. But she was a persistent old goat, and he had stopped nagging her about it. He figured that no one would be interested in some old woman peddling that merchandise, and she would eventually give it up. What he didn't take into account was Granny's tenacity. When she got something in her head, she didn't give up. And in less than a year, she was pulling in a 6-figure salary. She was like a dog with a bone, refusing to give up her status as a self-made entrepreneur. Now, after their recent move to Arkansas for his newly acquired job as a guardian, he had hoped that Granny would give up her sex toy industry and...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?